Hi guys, my heart goes out to young people at the moment. Over the last number of generations, the quality of life, good working conditions and access to housing, for the most part, had been improving. But over the last 20 odd years, and in particular during the economic crisis of 2007-2008, everything went pear-shaped. And those suffering the most are the younger generations. They did their best with the poor hand that they were dealt. They had 2 or 3 jobs instead of the standard 9 to 5. They took up side hustles in order to make ends meet. However, the situation was still so bad that many have given up on the idea of starting a family or buying a home. Then the US government decided to ban TikTok, something that was providing an extra income to a whole generation of young people. Why did they do that?
Do you guys really think that Congress, the Supreme Court, and the Biden administration have no idea what an economic boost this has been for Americans, how life-changing this has been for Americans? No. They know. They're not dumb. They don't like it. You really think late-stage capitalism is just about free markets and making money, but they're banning TikTok? Banning a literal sub-economy and an economy boost in the middle of a recession? Going back to the fact that if America or if someone in America had wanted to do what TikTok is doing by giving money back to put money back in, that works. That works. Nobody's losing out from the creator fund. Nobody loses. TikTok wins, we win. America wants us to be fucking poor. No, they want to compete with TikTok, but they're not going to monetize like that. They want us to be so tired at our 9 to 5s, at our 70+ hour a week jobs, at our 2 jobs, at our 3 jobs. They want us to be so tired that we don't have any time to pay attention to what they're talking about in Congress. They do not like how many influencers there are. I guarantee you, they don't like the class of people that can be an influencer and make a lot of money right now. They hate it. God forbid the American people actually have an easy way to make a side hustle that isn't one of the back-breaking options that I just listed. God forbid there's actually a way to make some side money and make our lives a little better. They don't want our lives to be better. The last thing they ever want is to see us happy and successful, because their success hinges on us being miserable, poor, tired, way too tired to look up, way too tired to get on Red Note and see the quality of life in China. This whole situation has not woken you up to the fact that it is literally rich versus poor. It is literally everyone in the US government and the top 1% versus us. It is not Democrat versus Republican. I don't know what will.
100% agreement. It's not about Republican versus Democrat. It's the rich versus everyone else. Now, I agree for the most part of what she has said here, but there's one other aspect I think that she left out, and it's one aspect, of course, is it's about rich versus poor, but it's also about control. Because if you look at platforms like YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, most of these, if not all of these, are based in the US. TikTok is not based in the US. TikTok is based in China. So the US government has no control over TikTok. Until recently, YouTube and other platforms were pretty open. But now that legacy media, over the last number of years, legacy media realized we're losing support, we're losing viewers, we're losing people to new media like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. We need to be part of that as well. We can't fight it, so let's be part of it. And they were promoted. The so-called official channels were promoted on social media. So they were able to curate the narrative somewhat, but not on TikTok. And we saw recently how there was growing support for people who were critical of what was happening in Gaza on TikTok. And it seems that maybe the US government decided we need to shut that down. So I think one aspect, of course, is about keeping people poor. If they're poor, they're not going to rebel. If they're poor, they're not going to complain about the government. They're just going to complain about their situation and do nothing about it and not have the energy to fight. But also, I think part of it is about control. It's about controlling narratives, telling people what they can and can't say. And when it came to TikTok, well, the US government had no control over that. They were not able to shut it down. Well, it seems now that's what they want to do. But others will spring up. People are already migrating from TikTok to Red Note, I believe. So you can try and suppress people, but they will go somewhere else. Now, the economic aspect is going to be extremely damaging for a lot of young people because they've invested so much into this. They have, used it as a side hustle or even their principal job, and they're going to struggle now. Congressmen, women, they have thrown these people under a bus, and they don't care about the consequences. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.